Alright folks, welcome back. I'm going to start on the second EVP session here in a minute. But first, I want to play a classic EVP. This is another one from the Fire Museum. And once again, it's in the attic. And this is just a little short clip, so. Here we go. EVP session recording, attic of the Fire Museum. If you're here with us tonight, we'd really like it if you could talk to us or show yourself. Yeah, it's just three of us. Okay, I'm going to set my recorder right here. This device with the little... Okay, now, here's the thing about that EVP right there. The walking sound you're hearing is actually me. The majority of the voices that you hear in the background is Becky and Nora. So let me play this one more time. I'll see if any of you pick up on it. EVP session recording, attic of the Fire Museum. If you're here with us tonight, we'd really like it if you could talk to us or show yourself. Yeah, it's just three of us. Okay, I'm going to set my recorder right here. This device with the little... So, what do you think? Did you hear anything? Alright, well... I'm going to play it again later on in the show. But first, here we go. This is session number 2. EVP rolling in the soda shop, Mansfield Fire Museum. Hold on a second, folks. Okay, I'd just like to point out that right there, he says Abby. He calls Abby by name. Okay, so if you guys think you hear anything, don't be afraid to give me a shout out. I'm actually very interested in what people pick up on. So if you hear anything that you want to share, or you want me to backtrack at any time, just hit me up on Facebook or on our web chat, and uh, I'll do what I can for you. Okay, a couple of things here I'd like to point out. One, uh, we have been going to the fire museum uh, for like 3 years, and for like a good portion of the first year, we were going like every single weekend. And we talked to Donnie thousands of times and have never heard him upset. He was always happy-go-lucky, very friendly, no hostility or desperation to him at all until this night. It's my personal theory that we found out that there was a group there that hunted there like a week or two before we did, and I'm kind of thinking that maybe somebody brought something in that wasn't good, and it was kind of tormenting Donnie. So, yeah, you're about to hear me lay my set my foot down, so to speak, and go off a little bit. So, fair warning.
Are they here now? Did he just get a They're behind me on the other side of the wall?
Okay, before we get to the part where I go off, I didn't really hear this very clearly at the time. That's the benefit of running a digital recorder at the same time you're running other stuff. Sometimes you pick up on things later in review. What I just heard him say was that they're behind me. I said, behind me, on the other side of the wall? He goes, yeah. And then he goes, there's two of them. So, here we go. Actually, you know what? I want to replay that part where he says that.
They're behind me on the other side of the wall? Whoever's messing with John needs to leave him alone. We're going to have problems. He just said it's funny.
Way to go, Donnie. I don't know if you heard that, but you can hear me in the background in the hallway. I say, whoever's messing with Donnie needs to leave him alone, or we're going to have a problem. And Donnie goes, he ain't joking. So let me play that part again, because I thought that was kind of cool.
Whoever's messing with John needs to leave him alone. We're going to have problems. He just said it's funny. So I'm sure. It's the girl that's here.
Yeah, Bobby's the guy who he's the president of the board there at the Fire Museum. He also is the guy that runs the ghost hunts there. And I'm pretty sure you can hear it pretty clear. I hear it plain as day. He says, "Get me Bobby." So once again,
So I'm sure. Who's the girl that's here? You want Bobby? You're not going to let anybody hurt you. I'm not going to let anybody crack in the head. Did you say something about me? Okay, Johnny, we'll give you a break. Find what?
I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but yeah, I don't think I can play any more of that. I mean, I kind of feel like Donnie's like a good friend in a way, and it just sucks to hear him like that. And like I said before, when you're there in the moment with a lot of these apps or devices like the Echo Box or Spirit Box or whatever, a lot of the stuff that comes through you don't really hear in the moment. That's why it's so important to have a like a digital recorder running also, because you can hear things a lot clearer on a digital recorder sometimes that you didn't hear in the moment. And he keeps saying, "Get me Bobby, get Bobby." And I didn't hear that at the time. If I'd have heard it, I would have gotten Bobby. And hearing it now, I kind of feel bad that I didn't hear it before. But that's how it happens sometimes. You don't always pick up on things in the moment. And I'm really kind of pissed off at whoever or spirits were messing with Donnie, because that shit ain't cool. No, seriously, it really isn't. Because, I mean, all the spirits there have pretty much been friendly for like 3 years. And, to hear Donnie like that, it's heartbreaking. Because he sounds so upset and so desperate. Had I had understood what he was saying at the time, I definitely would have done what he was asking. Would have gotten Bobby. If for no other reason than, to calm him down. But whoever these fuckers are, they better not be there the next time I come back. That's all I gotta say about it. Because I will go Conan the Barbarian on some fucking ghouly ass. In any case, so that's pretty much it. There wasn't too much more to that one anyways. We were about to leave. But what I want to do to kind of show like a contrast between that Bobby, or that Donnie, and the one that we're used to, is I want to play a classic EVP from the soda shop. Now, I don't remember exactly what this one says or anything, but I'm hoping it's going to show him like in a different light, because this is what he's normally like for us. EVP session recording, soda shop. You here, Donnie? Yeah, that's not the one I was hoping for, but, what was I going to say? Normally with Bobby, we don't get voices a lot of the time. What we usually get with him, his preferred method of communicating with us has usually been by, like, flashlight or millimeter or some other kind of device other than EVP. We have captured on EVP a few times, but it's just not his preferred method. But he's always shown himself to be very friendly. Usually he's, proposing to Nora or cracking jokes with Bobby or, something like that. And he's just such a sweet guy. I hate to, see him get messed with. It really kind of ticks me off. So, yeah, I mean, that earlier session you heard is nothing like your normal Donnie at all. Like, at all. So, yeah. There are quite a few regular spirits there. Donnie's one of them. He hardly, every once in a while he'll roam around the museum, but most of the time you'll catch him in the soda shop, which is, it's just like a historic display like in any other museum, except it's a display of a real 1950s soda fountain or soda shop that was actually in Mansfield, Ohio, up until I think the late 50s or something, and then it was just kind of abandoned, and then somehow all the furniture and stuff ended up at the Fire Museum. And it's kind of weird because like right next to the soda shop is where this cell is that came from the Mansfield Reformatory. One of the wings that got torn down when they built the new prison, which is ironically right behind the reformatory. And there was something negative attached to it. Well, it's actually kind of ironic because there was a very positive spirit attached to that. A person I found out, I don't recall his name anymore. I don't think he even comes around anymore. But he was wrongfully convicted. He was absolutely innocent of the crime, we found out. And then his cellmate was this absolute douchebag. And I actually had to remove him from the Fire Museum, and he hasn't been seen since, as far as I know. And then right next to that is part of a chapel or part of the chapel that's in the Mansfield Reformatory, including what they call model casket. What it was is like, because the prisons back in the day didn't get a lot of money for things. So what they would do is they built like this pine box, and when a prisoner died, they would hold the funeral service, and they would display the deceased prisoner in this pine box for the funeral service. Well, after the funeral service was over, they would take the prisoner in the pine box out to the grave that they dug for him, and they would either put him in another box that is like a lower quality, or they would simply just dump him into a hole and then bury him. And it's estimated that somewhere between 200 and 300 people throughout the lifespan of this particular pine box being used had been in that model coffin. And Uh, before I started Ghostal Paranormal, I was with my former team, and it was my first investigation there. It was actually my second investigation with the team. Period. And uh, that casket actually used to be up in the attic, and we went up there, and there wasn't really much going on in the attic, but I kept feeling like I was being pulled towards this casket for some reason. And I had, sorry, I had a K2 meter that, if you don't know what a K2 meter, it measures electromagnetic fields, like a millimeter or a Gauss master, for example, or a trifield. And I had this K2 meter, and it had not hit on anything at all the whole night. Like, we were getting other sorts of activity. It just was not doing anything on the K2. And then I set the K2 in the casket, and it pegged all the way to red. And it would only do that in the casket. I would do it all around the casket. I would do it over the casket. But nothing. Only when it was sitting inside the casket would it do that. So, I mean, you can draw your own conclusions to that. I just think it's pretty compelling. So, I mean, definitely Farm Museum is one of our favorite spots because almost everything, well, no, I would say pretty much everything there now, with the exception of whatever happened on Saturday, is completely friendly and very willing to communicate. They actually love it. They do. They've told us on more than one occasion that how much they enjoy us being there and enjoy the ghost hunts because, you know, it's like they're tethered to the outside world. So, yeah. Definitely probably our all-time favorite place out of the places we go to. And actually, it's the only place at the moment that we go to. We're trying to get some other places, but you know, it's a hassle sometimes because to be honest about it, it seems like a lot of the people that run or own these haunted locations are in it for the money, and that's kind of what separates our dear friend Bobby from the mold, because he's nothing like that. So trying to find people that are cool about everything is a challenge. But yeah, so we have a lot of history there. Like I said, we've been gone there for 3 years, which is pretty much the entire length of time that we've been a team. So yeah, I mean, the Farm Museum is definitely kind of like our home. You know, our home away from home, if you will. And so we take it kind of personally when somebody abuses it, or you know, spirits show up there that we don't like. You know, in other words, dark or evil. We really just don't like that. So we kind of go out of our way to try and promote the farm museum as much as we can. And by the way, if you're at all interested in hunting there, folks, feel free to contact me at ghostwolfj@gmail.com, or get a hold of me on Facebook or what have you, because the ghost hunts there are absolutely free. We are more than grateful if you want to donate to the farm museum, but we don't charge for any of it. That kind of separates us too, because like a lot of these so-called non-profits and charitable groups, a lot of them are making money off of it somehow. And you can call it cheap, you can call it sleazy, you can call it whatever you want. We want to make money too. It's just like, if we're going to make money, we're going to be upfront about it. I'm not trying to chastise any other groups out there. It's just that all I'm saying is be real about it and be upfront. So I guess that kind of separates us too. That we really care, because honestly, okay, look, there are really good teams out there that really have good heads on their shoulders, that are really about the paranormal. Okay, I have absolutely no problem with those people, and I do not include them in this group I'm about to talk about. Okay, but the sad fact of the matter is that the majority of these quote-unquote paranormal investigation teams out there are in it for the money, the glory, the fame. They don't really care about the paranormal. They care about what possibly the paranormal can get them. And ironically, these are the same people that see everything as negative. They see everything as dangerous. They see everything as evil, because they want to sensationalize everything for TV. And we would love personally to have a TV deal someday, but if we ever do, I'm promising all my listeners right now, I'm promising my team, I'm promising all my future listeners and hopefully future viewers, one fucking thing. If we do ever get a TV deal, it's going to be on our terms, and we are going to have creative control. Meaning that we will not pander to our audience. We will not hand things up to get better ratings. We will not fake evidence for ratings. Will not. Ever. Because, and that's the thing, these like TV producers and a lot of these so-called teams out there don't get. Maybe it's because of how they were raised. I don't know. I don't want to speculate on it. But they do not have integrity. And integrity is rule number 1. If you do not have integrity, everything you do is going to color everybody else that comes after you. Trust me. Trust me. More than anything else, what separates us from everybody, for the most part. I mean, there are other teams a lot like us, but they're few and far between. But what separates teams like us, I should say, from everybody else is that we're not going to guarantee you that you're going to catch any evidence if you hunt with us. We're not going to guarantee you anything except that you're going to have fun. You're going to have a good time, win, lose, or draw. So if you want to check out our team, I know Jeremy, he's listening, knows this, and I know a few others know this. But if you want to check out our team, go to Ghost Wolf Para. That's Ghost Wolf, one word, Para, Ghost Wolf Para, Para, one word, .weebly.com. And you can check out our videos, you can check out, our whole webpage, get to know all about us. And you can even come there and listen to the show right there on that webpage. We've got a chat room set up so I can take people's questions or suggestions, or if they want to tell stories and whatever else. We're able to do that. And if you got show ideas or you want to be a guest on the show, once again, contact me at ghostwolfj@gmail.com and we'll make it happen. Alright, that is about my time, folks. Until next time, peace out, my pack.